I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 65. And today we're going to talk about buying income. Yes, you heard me right, buying income. And hey, listen, of all the things that you could buy, why not buy income, right? I mean, most of the things we buy, they depreciate as soon as we buy them, right? I mean, you buy the car right off the lot, it depreciates. The clothes, all the things that we do for the most part. But buying income is something that we should think about. It's something that we should plan. It's something that we should prepare for, right? But it's normally not even a thought. And so that's what we're talking about today on this episode is buying income. And by the way, we've talked about several different forms. There's lots of different ways that you can buy income. You can buy a stock, and when that stock pays a dividend each quarter, some of them pay dividends every month, then you have just bought income. Now, in that scenario, you do have to buy quite a bit of that stock in order to see a real difference in terms of income as it relates to income, right? I mean, if you just buy one stock that pays a dividend, you typically are going to get some pennies, right? You're going to get whatever that dividend paid. It could be 30 cents, 25 cents, whatever. Sometimes 2 or 3 cents, right? So you would have to buy a lot of that stock for it to even make a difference. You can buy a house and, check this out. You can buy a house and rent it out, or you could buy a house that's already being rented out and assume that income that's already there, right? You can buy an apartment building. And a lot of these things, you kind of have to have the money already to do so, because essentially you got to have the capital to buy the income. No one's just going to sell income for free. You got to buy it, right? And you got to put up some money. So, this is where you want to be saving. And here's what I would suggest you do. I would suggest you go to the bank, do it this week, and open up a separate account. And I want you to put a title on it and call it your wealth account. And you're going to take a percentage of all your income every week or every 2 weeks, whenever you get paid, and you're going to put it into this account. And you are not going to touch it, right? And then when you get enough funds, you can go shopping. And when I say shopping, I mean buying income, right? Not buying things that are going to depreciate. And hey, I'll be the first to tell you, I like nice things. So there's nothing wrong. I will never downplay nice things. However, you should buy nice things with assets, not liabilities, right? You should produce income that will continue to pay you so that you can buy whatever you want to buy. Does that make sense? Right? So, because here's the deal, and I learned this from Rich Dad Poor Dad years and years and years ago, that if you just take your income and just buy whatever, which is what 97% of people do, then when you buy all that stuff, you don't have any left over to do anything with, right? But when you buy the asset will continue to produce income for you, right? And so, two different ways of thinking. And I'm so thankful that I learned that concept. And I just want everyone to take advantage of it as well. So there's lots of different ways you can buy a stock. You can buy a home. You can buy a car and rent it out. You know, there are people who do that. They'll pay their car off or whatever, and they'll rent it out. There's all kind of different strategies, and this is different than like building something that's going to pay you cash flow. All of them are good, right? That may be where you need to start. That's where I had to start. I didn't have money to just buy income. If I did, I sure would have did it, right? But the reality is, um, I had to put time in. You could either put money into the market and buy stuff that will produce income, or you could put your time into the market and produce valuable goods or services that people will pay for passively, right? And then you can generate the income. So there's two different ways you could do that. And if you don't have the money up front, then you put your time in. But if you have the money up front, maybe you got an inheritance, or maybe you've been saving like crazy and you're ready to buy. Well, then it's time to go shopping. But this is a more rewarding form of shopping, right? Because you get to produce more income. And listen, you want to have multiple flows, multiple streams of income, so that if something happens with one, then you got a whole bunch that is continuing to move, right? And that's the nature of passive income. So, buying income, right? There's lots of different other ways to do it. You can, as we talked about vending machines, we talked about you can buy a business, right? You can buy a laundromat, you know, that's already producing cash flow. There's lots of different things that you can buy that already are producing income. The challenge with it is that you just have to have the funds to purchase that asset, uh, so that it'll produce income, right? And so, um, once you're ready, it's time to go shopping, and you want to do your due diligence. Of course, you don't want to just get too happy that you don't do your due diligence and you make a bad investment, right? So there's lots of different things that you could do, but it's today's episode is really more or less just giving you the thought to even think about buying income. Like who even talks about that? Who talks about buying income? Like, hey, what you doing this weekend, man? I'm going shopping. Shopping where? Man, I'm about to buy some income. Like you just don't hear that in the everyday conversation, but that's something we need to talk about. And that's why I want to talk about it with you all on this episode, is because I want it to be in your frame of mind. I want you to be in your thought process. I want it to be something that you think about. And the only way it's going to happen is if you're intentional. Like if you're intentionally saving, like you have that wealth account and you build it up to 5 grand, 10 grand, whatever it is you're looking for, and then you can say, "Hey, let's go do this. Let's go put this into that and see what we can do." Right? And so listen, I hope that you all will start buying income and tell me about it. Tell me what you buy. Let's talk about it. I'll definitely have you on the show one day. You let me know, and I'll be happy to spotlight you, and all that good stuff. So I'm excited because I just know that your life is going to continue to get better and better. It's going to continue to change because you are taking advantage of these code freedom strategies, so that you can live the life that you're called to live and not the life that you have to live. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is another episode of Code Freedom. God bless you all. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram, or Facebook, or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.